Check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
Welcome everyone to Texas Motor Speedway. My name is Jeffrey Wood, and I am here with Ronald Klein tonight. We have an exciting short field but intense race for the Loose Lugnuts last chance race for the Thanksgiving Bash. Now it's only 40 laps, but as we enter qualifying here, it's going to be tough and fast as cars get out there, and not so many drivers that race normally are going to be racing tonight and shooting for that the top 5 spot to get into the final race. And here to tell us the statistics for getting into this race is Ronald Klein. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wood. Good evening, everyone out there and on MaxSpeedTV watching us on YouTube. Appreciate it. Appreciate MaxSpeedTV putting this on for us. Yep, we've got the top 5 are going to transfer. Looks like we have roughly a field of 10 or so drivers. Not sure the exact count. Don't have I have it up in front of me, but we do have a couple of spectators and admins in there, so I believe it's going to be right around 10. So we'll take the top 5, and then we are going to have 2 lucky people who, basically the hard charger, the person who gains the most positions, we're going to allow that person transfer, and then also a person that has the lowest amount of incident points. So for those of the people out there that may not understand what we're talking about with incident points, Jeff, why don't you go ahead and explain that to them?
Yeah, iRacing calculates a weird number of incident points. You touch wall or you touch another competitor out there. So the least amount on a ×2 or ×1 basis, depending on the type of incident, gains the position into the main event tonight, which will be exactly after this race. And speaking of that race, to get into the race, those drivers had to qualify in the top 15 in points over the 2 main series of Loose Lugnuts racing. That would be the Xfinity cars and the Truck Series.
That is correct. So we have approximately, because we do have drivers that run both, we have approximately, I'd say roughly 20 drivers who possibly could be taking the green flag tonight, but that's not guaranteed because it is a Friday night, family activities and whatnot. We do understand that family life is very important, so no guarantees that we're going to have 20 people show up, but that's one of the reasons why we are transferring people, as many people from this race as we are. So hope to have a good field, but at the same time hope to have a clean field.
Yep, always clean field necessary. I mean, we were at Chicagoland last time, and even the last chance race, we saw a dominant car, and not maybe so much in the main race as a back and forth between 2, but are we looking at a different type of track with different technicalities tonight and different drivers?
Well, we have a couple of things. Number one, we now have a person in the league who understands setups very well, and what he did is, since we run a 50% fuel load, he balanced the car kind of like it would be if it had 100% fuel load, so the car is going to handle differently than what drivers are kind of normally used to, because with taking out 50% of fuel load makes the cars a little bit tighter, so this should free the car up a little bit. So that is going to be one thing. And then the other thing is we've got some drivers that could easily be in the top 15, but real life has kind of prevented them from being there. So I expect to see there's a couple of drivers that I'm looking at here that I will definitely expect to see in the top 5, and if not, it'll be because of some bizarre incident.
All right, I believe we have finished the bulk of qualifying right now. The 011 of Cody Griffin seems to have the fast line, along with 91 of Kevin Fetty, but there are still drivers that are normal drivers in the league that may be hanging back and waiting for their turn. Bob Wells, Nick Reynolds, and sponsoring of Billy Wise there in the 32.
Yeah, I actually show qualifying times for each one of those people now. It does look like we have 10 people going to be in this race. We're going to be transferring about 7.
All right, so we got like I said, a short field as we go ahead towards the grid portion of this session.
I'm going to let you go ahead and take care of the gridding process while I quickly explain to the drivers what to expect tonight and hand it off to the admin in the room.
All right, Ronald. All right, Ronald doing double duty there. It can be quite hectic at sometimes, but tonight, as we head into grid results, we'll wait for the drivers to hit the track here, and it'll be the 011 of Cody Griffin on the pole position with a time of 30.371 on his qualifying. Outside of him will be the 91 of Kevin Fetty. Starting third will be Jeffrey Merck, and the 6th truck. Outside of him is Andrew Lutz, number 80. Falling back into the 5th position is the 034 of John Pansula. Outside of him in the 6th position is Mike Donahue in that 049 Miller High Life truck. 7th position tonight, starting, will be Nick Reynolds in the 050 with a time of 30.793 for the 7th position. Outside of him will be Billy Wise in the 32 truck. Starting 9th on the board will be the 42 of Bob Wells in that spectacular painted Thanksgiving truck. And starting in the 10th position outside of that is the 068 of Thomas Wise. Now going through the results here and waiting for my cohort to come back. As he just comes back in here, we started off behind the pace trucks. We got 1 lap to green. You asked me last time first, so I'm going to ask you this time. Who's your pick?
My pick is going to be Jeffrey Merck. I've raced with him in other series and other leagues. He's raced in loose LUGNUTS, obviously. He's quick. I did not see him. He got in kind of late. Didn't get a practice time in at all, and then still qualified 3rd. So my pick is going to be Jeffrey Merck, and my dark horse is, even though he's fast, is going to be John Pansula.
All right, just I ain't gonna pick a dark horse this time. My main pick to come from the back to the front right now is the 050 Nick Reynolds, just based on qualifying. Now I got friends in this race and good friends at that, but we're gonna see where they end up. Now, as we take these 10 drivers to the grid here, or to the line as we come up, waiting for the green flag to start.
Green, green, green.
And it'd be a nice little jump out there for the 011 on the inside. They are racing for these top 5 positions. They don't want to focus on anything else, and they want to get a nice clean start. Are we going to see pitting tonight?
You'll have to either see a pit from a caution or a pit because of fuel. They got a 50% fuel load, so they cannot make the entire 40 laps. Just on 50% fuel load.
Alright, as we got the 011 of Cody Griffin out to the first lap right now. Turn 4 is going to be key here. Who's going to get that damage on the inside of their truck, on the nose? That you're going to want to stay away from it, and right now it looks like 068 of Thomas Wise is holding back, keeping his truck in check, but Jeffrey Merck wants the challenge up front. He's just going to have to get the run and get a little bit of draft help.
I'm also kind of watching the truck of John Pansula. Like I said, the others were kind of my 2 picks. So watching there's really not a lot going on except for up there in that top position.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of follow the leader this race, but not It's a technical track. You have to hit off of turn 2 and off of turn 4, as we see the 6 truck challenging the 011 on the inside as we speak. And it looks like he may have the position.
We got one more.
011. What?
Saved it.
The 6 truck's going to have to stay high, but the 034, John Pansula and others are going to quickly cover the position. Great job by both drivers to not cause a caution.
I did not see any contact. It looked like he may have gotten aero loose. The 6 got to his inside. I don't see any damage on that left rear quarter panel on the number 11. I believe you might be able to get people loose if you get to that inside fender.
Turn 4 has always been key, no matter what iRacing setup or what setup you have and what fuel load. Getting off of turn 4 is essential to this track for every driver, and it will be loose. And those drivers right there showed incredible patience, none more so than the 6 truck of Jeffrey Martin.
Yeah, definitely impressed with him to lay off. He did lose 2 positions because of it, but by backing off, laying off, it prevented a caution coming out, and it probably prevented a couple of trucks from getting wrecked. Although they do have fast repairs, you know how that goes sometimes. You can't make it back to the pits, and then you have to tow, and then you go a lap down, and then your race is kind of over. So,
yeah, towing especially bad tonight. Multiple fast repairs offered, so people can stay in the race. But the big advantage gainers off of that were the 034 and the 80. So they have to hold the positions and hold off from potentially faster truck in the 6.
And the 34 was under fire from the 80 just a few laps ago, so not sure what happened. Not sure if maybe he burned up his tires already. I mean, we are only 7 laps, but 7 laps, you can do some damage to your tires if you overdrive.
Yeah, looking even further back, I mean, the 2nd through maybe 4th and 5th is tight enough, but the drivers that are maybe holding back are maybe looking for that potential accident off of turn 4. So we have to be wary of that even though they're further back, they're not counted out. But 011 is incredibly loose coming off of every exit right now. So just hold on to your socks here, and we'll get into this race further. As the 011 sideways. Again, what a driver.
Wow, that thing was completely sideways. He lost a lot of time there. John Pansula is pulling in on him. And of course, right behind him, the number 80 of Andrew Lutz and Jeffrey Merker right there as well. As a driver, what are you thinking here? As we see Jeffrey Merck dropping down underneath Andrew Lutz right now, I'm curious to see how that's going to... Okay, that pass was pretty easy. It looked like Andrew just kind of let him go.
Yeah, as a driver, I'm passing where I can pass, right, as those guys did. But I'm watching that 011. I'm thinking he's got to be burning the tires off that truck, driving, getting sideways.
Is there anything that people can learn from this? As we're talking here, I'm about to pull up one of the drivers who is going to be in the main race here. I'm going to pull up Mark Jackson and have him tell us what he thinks.
Clear by 5 behind you. Single file.
Looks like we grabbed a spotter here.
Yep, we grabbed a spotter. Mark Jackson, this is Ronald Klein up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Ronald, how you doing, man?
Good. Sorry to take you away from spotting there real quick. We'll get you back down. What do you think of the race so far? And it looks like you're spotting for that 011 truck. We've seen him getting loose a couple of times.
Yep. Sitting here spotting for my buddy Andrew Lutz out of Pennsylvania, a longtime friend of mine. But so far, Cody Griffin up there in the lead, and my other good friend John Pansula running 1 and 2. Looks like 6 truck and Murky had a little bit of a problem and fell back when he got back around my buddy Andrew there. So we're single file, we're spread out. The trucks are looking good here at Texas.
Copy that. Well, we're going to let you get back to spotting. Thanks for coming up and giving us an in-race update.
Always a pleasure. Oh wow, Always a pleasure to be a part of this league of loose lug nuts.
Alrighty, there you go, folks. Mark Jackson doing some spotting for Andrew Lutz in the number 80 truck as he sits currently in the 4th position. Jeff, what have you seen over the last couple laps? We're on lap 13. Tires are really starting to give up. What have you really seen over the last couple laps out of the drivers up in the top 5?
Well, looking at right now as the Sticks truck gets into the front stretch wall off of turn 4, tires management right here, right now. The drivers watching that are going into the main race, pay attention. Do not burn them up unless you know something we don't, because if you made your moves already, that's where you sit, and we need to watch out for the high side as the tires come in, as I think the 011's doing right now.
Okay, we got one going to the pits. It looks like Jeffrey Merck is going to go ahead and pit right now. So Jeffrey Merck headed down pit road. That's kind of shocking to me. We're only on lap 15.
I don't know the actual total amount of fuel needed to get to the end, but with the damage he has received from a couple outside shots, he needs to fix it and get some fresh tires and hope Lady Luck plays in his way.
So I'm looking at Thomas Wise in the 068 truck. He is he's about 9 seconds off the lead. He currently sits in the 9th position, and then I bounce forward to the 32 of Billy Wise. Looks like Jeffrey Merck is just now coming out of pit road, so that does put him a lap down. But I'm looking at Billy Wise. Well, what are your thoughts here? Billy Wise sitting 6 seconds back, Thomas sitting 9.5 seconds back. Are they just kind of hanging back there, waiting until the end, or do they just not have the speed?
I wouldn't say they're the fastest guys on the track at the moment, but they're the most conservative guys on the track at the moment, and that could play in their favor. We saw getting loose off turn 4, they collect a lot more trucks than what we think is possible. So if there's an accident, they're in the green. If there is this huge swing and a yellow flag and they're on the right side of a pit strategy, they're on the green. So it all depends on which point you want to look at for them, but the guys that are fastest right now are the guys that are going to get there. I believe we've had a leader change.
We did have a leader change, and it's kind of getting bottled up front. We've got John Pansula, who just took the lead from the 011 of Cody Griffin. The number 80 of Andrew Lutz is now underneath him, coming out of turn 4. See a little wiggle from that number 011 truck again. I think you had mentioned it earlier. I would have to say his tires are probably gone at this point. John Pansula, generally, for the racing that I've done with him, really kind of takes care of his stuff. Does this surprise you at all?
No, I mean, looking at practice up to qualifying down in the race, the 011 was clearly faster.
So we got another truck. Looks like Kevin Fetty dropping in to pit road. I believe it's Kevin Fetty. Yes, Kevin Fetty on pit road. So we're now at 19.
No, we're coming up on halfway here with the leader, but still, this is where you pit if you pit, I guess. If you want to make it to a 50% mark, it's still good. As
and the 011 truck just
holding onto that truck.
Wow.
The guy can drive. I give him that, but he's looser, and he better watch the truck behind him. Better just pass him.
I am shocked at how loose he is. As we watch more people coming down pit road. When do you pit? Do you pit now? I mean, you're the 034. You're good on the long run. Do you stay out, or do you say you
don't
know
want
what?
to be the last to pit unless it goes green to checkered? But anything can happen, especially watching that 011. He could lose the rear end of that truck anytime.
Looks like
But-
Andrew Lutz letting the 011 go. Looks like Thomas Wise has gotten into the wall, smoking, going into the pits, but no caution.
It's good for those drivers. They're a heck of a battle there, second place. And I think Andrew Lutz is going to go ahead and pit.
Andrew Lutz has said, that's enough, I'm done, I'm going to pit. Now, Jeffrey Merck, who did pit quite a bit earlier than everybody else, has run this field down. So we know tires make a big difference here. He's about to unlap himself the old school way.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to do it on the outside. He's going to have the tires. He's just going to have to watch his exit coming off of turn 4 here.
Okay, so you just saw Jeffrey Mert pass you. Do you come to pit road at this point? As we see the 011 getting it sideways does make it onto pit road. The 011
Boy, that
just
man
pitted.
needs tires. Give him tires, people.
So you're John Pansula, you're sitting up in front. You are now probably, with the exception of Andrew Lutz. Well, Andrew may have pitted too. I'm not even sure. I got to try to find him on the track. John Pansula staying out yet again, and he's sideways.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the 034 come down pit road next time. If that's his first time getting sideways, he ain't the 011. He's going to be a little bit nervous about that, and he stayed out quite long enough.
So with all of these changes and pit strategies and whatnot, Andrew Lutz has fallen all the way back to 8th position after running in the 2nd position.
Well, see, with the guys that pitted first, we have the guys that maybe were out front but are now having to pass them, and that's going to slow them down. Whoever gets the cleanest entry onto pit road and exit off of pit road with not having to battle too much is going to win this overall scheme of pit work.
So we got 26 laps in the book. We have an in-race admin that has the ability to throw a competition caution. He has not done that. Jeffrey Merck was the only one on the lead lap because he had unlapped himself. John Pansula heading into pit road right now, so the leader finally coming into the pits. Did he wait too long?
That's hard to say, but I think as soon as the 6 truck would have passed the pit, his tires were far more superior, and I would have wanted the superior tires on the track. It's just going to be how you feel on the track, and he obviously had control of his truck better than most.
I think that he would, long run wise, he was good on the long run. So by splitting it up, because the long run was 20 laps, basically, that's what everybody started pitting. He was the fastest one on older tires. Now he's got basically 13 laps to go.
If he's the long run guy, the short run guy is going to win this out. And that might be the 011 if he's still within reach.
So I am not sure because it has not updated on my screen yet. John Pansula pulling out of pit road right now. As he crosses the line next time, I will know where he's at. Right now, okay, it is showing Jeffrey Merck is our leader.
By
John
4
Pansula,
seconds in my book, too.
Yes, John Pansula is falling like a rock.
And look at that, the 42 truck right now sitting third with his laid-back strategy.
John Pansula is in the 7th position.
His tire's going to be that much of a deal with.
Oh, we're going to have a caution. We got to crash in turn 3 and 4.
Not seeing the truck at the moment.
It looks like it was the 49 and the 80 getting together.
I mean, wow. Now,
This
we head
changes
into our
everything.
replay. Yeah,
This changes everything.
Just some weird racing right there.
So, but let's talk real quick about strategy here, because our leaders are probably going to pit, right? So the leaders are all coming down pit round, except who?
Oh God, if you're staying out,
It's John Pansula. He just pitted. So John Pansula had just pitted. He just stayed out. I watched him stay out. He went back to the front.
It could benefit him, but I'm just saying fresh tires on a short round that we're receiving right now is going to be incredibly
Important.
And it's just I don't think that there's a real winner or loser here unless it doesn't pay off. If you take two, it doesn't matter.
So it looks like to me that the 011 stayed out as well, and he got his tires. Let's look. I'll get back to you in just a second. I gotta change to him, and I'll get back to you with that information.
Just like Ronald's saying right now, people out there in YouTube land, we have to look at the 011 on the short round here of less than 10 laps. He is by far the fastest truck on a short run. Can he capitalize?
So he had 5 laps on those tires. Cody Griffin and the 011 had 5 laps on his tires. John Pansula had 1 lap when the caution came out. He ran a 32-second lap, which is not even his fast time. He ran a 32, and then the caution came out, and he ran a 40-second lap coming to the caution flag. So he has 1.5 laps on his tires. It looks like Cody went back down. He did go down pit road.
He needs the tires. He's a short man type running, and he needs the tires. So this, in my opinion, is anyone's game coming to the final laps.
Copy that. So what a change of events here. I'm basically lost right now. But here's what we've got. We've got John Pansula with about 1.5 laps old tires. We got Jeffrey Merck, who got into the wall, but is now back out there in the second position. We know that he was quick on the short run. And we've got Kevin Fetty going to line up on the inside second row. Kevin's been doing okay. He's been kind of there. Then you got Bob Wells sneaking his way up there. Like you said, he was just kind of driving nice and casually, and now he's up there. Then you've got Nick Reynolds going to be lining up on the inside third row. Andrew Lutz, who was quick earlier, on the outside. Then you got Billy Wise, Mike Donahue, then Cody Griffin, who was our pole sitter and one of the faster guys. So Cody's going to be starting 9th. Going to be going back to green here as we cross 33. We're going to have 8 laps to go. You think we're going to make it without another caution?
I'd be surprised. I think if we see a caution, it would be quick and early out of this little session here. So can the guys keep it clean? If so, I think you'll see the fastest 8-lap truck out there. And here we go. We're getting ready to go on the backstretch. Your final thoughts before we go green, Rob?
If John can drive the race that he needs to drive, he can hold on to the lead. But Jeffrey Merck is going to be coming for him. Jeffrey is usually very patient, but he's got brand new tires, and he'll be aggressive. I don't want to say that he'll be what's the word that I'm looking for?
All right, leader's choice, and we're on green flag, and Jeffrey Merck is going to have to grab the inside to protect against that 91. Can he hold on with everyone behind him on that fresher tires? He's already whittling.
Jeffrey Merck getting a great run through 1 and 2. Going to close up on the back of that STP 034 truck. John choosing not to go all the way to the bottom. That allows the 6th truck to draw right into his bumper.
And it's a tight race up front, 1, 2, and 3, but back behind that in 4th position, behind Nick Reynolds even, with Andrew Lutz fighting for position on that inside. Andrew Lutz taking advantage of Bob Wells. I think he's backed up by the 011 of Cody Griffin. Cody Griffin trying to shoot towards the front at the moment. But even look, as we stay single file mostly.
All right, we've got the number 80 truck trying to make a move underneath the 050 truck right now, going into turns 1 and 2. They keep it clean. Looks like the 050 could not get back to the throttle as quickly as he wanted to. Oh, and we've got a wreck right up front that's going to catch a couple of cars. Looks like the 060.
Our leader 034 involved.
Yep, looked like
truck.
The 6 and the 34 were 034 were involved.
Wow. That's all I gotta say.
That is definitely going to hurt as we cross the line for 36. I'm afraid, folks, that may end the race. I'm not positive. We still got technically 5 to go. It is 40, but they got a complete 40. So we'll see if we're going to end up going back green or not. Let's drag in Travis Browder real quick. Travis Browder, this is Ronald Klein up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Hey Ron, how you doing?
We're doing pretty good. What do you think so far? Unfortunately, we're under caution right now. I wanted to get you under green flag racing, but are you hearing anything? Is this over, or are we going to get? You think we're going to get back to green?
Well, they just hit the 5 to go, so maybe we'll see a one-lap shootout, or maybe it's over. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what iRacing does the call on this one.
Copy that. Now, tell me, what do you think? What are you seeing, and what are you learning from this going forward? Because you are obviously locked in, and you also won our last Clash of the Champions race a month ago when we were at Chicagoland. So, tell me what you think so far of the race and what to expect in the next race.
Well, it looks really slick out there. It looks like some drivers are tight, some are loose on the exit of the corner, so it should be challenging here tonight. Should be interesting.
Copy that. Are you rooting for anybody in this race here?
Well, I'm pulling for my friend Cody Griffin in the 011 because I've been racing with him for over the years, and I'm pulling for him to get into the main here tonight.
Copy that. Cody's sitting in 4th position according to my screen right now, so he does have a chance to make it in. All right, Travis, thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the main.
All right, thanks, Ron. Good luck tonight, fellas.
All right, that was Travis Browder, like I said, winner of our last Clash of the Champions race over the Halloween race. Travis did a fantastic job, great strategy, great driving, and then brought home the trophy. So with crossing line 38, so technically we got 3 laps to go. If we don't see him line up on lap 39, it's pretty much over, right?
Yeah, I wasn't quite aware where if the pace car pulled out as the yellow came out, because that would be a good indication of if the leader was there, the potential leader. But looking at it right now, it looks like the 6th truck of Jeffrey Merck will be done for the evening. As he sits on pit road, it looks like he had to tow, but I believe the 034 was able to bring and limp that thing back pit road for a quick repair.
Copy that. I am showing John Pansula in the 8th position. He's got to make up 3 spots if we do go back to green. More than likely, it's going to be a 1-lap event, so to speak. It's going to be 1 lap, and you're going to have to get. He's going to go from 8th to 5th. He's going to have to do it in the corners. Now, fresh tires, since it looked like everybody else stayed out, could do that if we do go back green.
Yeah, I mean, he may have the advantage of fresh tires and a quick repair, but 3 positions in 1 lap, that's asking for a lot, especially starting on the outside.
I think if you're going to try to make the pass, the outside is where you would want to be, where you would have to be actually to make that work. You're going to have to stick it to the outside and make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen a truck tonight on the same type of tires as his competitor.
All right,
double up.
We are doubling up, so I believe we are going to get a 1-lap finish here, folks. This is going to be this could potentially be wild, and it could have a huge impact on who is going to make the main race. We only have out there on the track right now. We only have there's actually only 8 cars out there, 7 spots available, but some of that's all going to be determined by who started where and who finished where, and incident points and the top 5. So a lot of excitement here. I'm kind of like giddy and a little nervous. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, the lone Toyota truck is sitting out in the front with a field of Chevys behind them, and every one of those drivers are out there racing for themselves right now, and it could get incredibly hairy and edge of your seat right here as we come up towards the front stretch.
All right, we're getting ready to take the green here.
Green flag, green flag.
There could be a potential tire spin. Kevin Fetty gets a great start. He's gone. Kevin Fetty is out and away. The guy I'm watching, just because he was up front and got wrecked, John Pansula, not really getting anywhere, not making what he needs to make.
Yeah, it was a tough call either way. The second place is blocking down low. The third place, those drivers just better hang on.
Oh, and there's a little bit of bumping going on.
Now, may not have been a race there, but wow, to say the least, as those drivers one lap and they showed what they got.
Copy that. So
and look at the 050. I was one off.
you were one off. All right, so we've got here's our top 5, folks. Bob Wells, Cody Griffin, Anthony Lutz, Nick Reynolds, Kevin Fetty.
Now that's an impressive top 5, and I would like to see the 011 going into the final race tonight. Shore up that long game, but we'll go ahead and get the top 2 up here, and start with second place, Nick Reynolds, as soon as I find him.
Got that. We got enough time. We're gonna go ahead and interview all 3 drivers. All right, we're going to start off with our third place finisher, the number 80 truck of Andrew Lutz. Andrew Lutz, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
All right, Andrew, so you finished third. You look like you had a pretty strong truck. Looked like you had something there, a couple more cautions than we were expecting, but you are going to be moving on to the main race. Talk to us about your race real quick, please.
Yeah, I was just unsure how I'd do. I'm not Texas, I'm not the strongest at, and I was just unsure, but as the race took off, man, it felt good. So, yeah, I think I had enough to win it if it would have went green, but it was fun. I had a good time.
Copy that. We got to make this quick because we just got a few minutes left. Anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, I want to get a shout out to John for painting this truck up for me. It looks great, and I really appreciate that. And Mark Jackson and Kevin Winter for helping me out then as well. So.
Copy that. I'm just going to drop you back down the lobby. You can move yourself. Congratulations on moving on to the main.
Thank you.
All right. Next in line, Nick Reynolds. I'll leave that to you, Jeff.
Yeah, Nick, congratulations tonight on your second on the last chance race. Tell us about your race there and what made you get towards the front.
Well, I didn't know if we were going to have a long green flag run, but we did, and I pitted, and I kind of wasn't hoping for that caution there to come out, under 20 to go. We had a pretty good shot there. I was just wanting to run top 5, but a couple of late race cautions there, but it all played out, though.
Yeah, I mean, you were my dark horse pick tonight for the last chance race. Thank you for proving me somewhat right, at least finishing second. Any shout-outs you want to give as we got to hurry this thing up?
Oh, everybody at Southeast Motorsports, Loose LUGNUTS, y'all do a great job over here. It's always fun to race with y'all. Jeff, I don't like Texas. You shouldn't have even picked me to begin with.
Well, we thank you for those kind words, and I had to pick someone, so I picked you based on your qualifying. But good luck in the final race tonight, and we'll move on to our first place for this evening.
All right, thanks, guys.
Alrighty, I'll grab Kevin and bring him on. There he is. Kevin Fetty, this is Ronald Klein, and Jeff Wood up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Absolutely. How are you gentlemen this evening?
We're doing great. We saw a great race. Maybe for a shorter race, a couple of too many cautions for us, but heck of a race. Had us up on the edge of the seat. You got a great restart there on the end. Talk to us a little bit about the race itself, and then that final lap.
I'll tell you what, there were probably 5 or 6 cars or trucks, I guess, there that were all really, really equal, and it's just going to be a matter of how the circumstances played out as to who got the win. So I was just seeing if there was a spot there on that last green flag run where I might be able to grab second or maybe the win, and it looked like maybe the leader got loose and the seas parted for me, so there it was.
Copy that. Talk to us about that last lap.
It was all the restart, Ron. Just having the leader have restart privileges is just such a huge advantage for the leader. So it's difficult to guess where the leader is going to go, and if you are the leader, then it's just really good stuff.
We'll copy that. Well, congratulations on winning the Open. You have taken yourself to the main. Jeff, you got any final words?
No, good luck tonight, Kevin, in the main, and I hope you get a chance at that big gold prize of a die-cast car or truck.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Want to thank the guys here at Loose Lug Nuts. This league has been fantastic. So, appreciate everything y'all do.
Copy that. And with that, I'm going to thank Mr. Wood for allowing me to co-broadcast with him, and thank you, MaxSpeedTV, for allowing me to do the broadcast, and I'm going to skip on out of here and let you close this thing down.
All right, everyone. We'll go over the top 5 real quick, and we've got Kevin Fetty, Nick Reynolds, Andrew Lutz, Cody Griffin, and Bob Wells all transferring. And like my co-host there said, a big thanks to MaxSpeedTV and what happened tonight. And we look forward to the main race at Loose Lug Nuts and a bunch of drivers getting a shot at that big old prize. If this is your only race tonight, have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Look at myself.